Hi, I'm Jimm Swafford with Jimm's Steakhouse and Pub at Sunshine in Glenstone, and I am the owner and general manager of the pub.
So Jim, recently you just held a dinner on Sunday. Can you tell me a little bit about that dinner, the significance of it?
Yes, it was our 19th year of feeding the less fortunate here in Springfield. It's something that we serve them a prime rib dinner, and the Oasis has been very generous in letting us use their ballroom so we can feed the homeless. And yeah, there were 315 this year. We always look forward to doing it. McDonald's provides Happy Meals for the kids. And we have crayons, coloring bits, coloring books, hats, and mittens for the kids. So it's a great event where they get to come out and actually like they're attending a big, nice banquet, and they are thoroughly gracious and such wonderful people.
So how did this idea start? You said you've been doing it for how long?
19 years.
So where did it start?
It was something that I wanted to do. You know, I know there was a need in this town, and usually right around Christmas, there's a lot of focus on the homeless, and we bring it a little bit earlier, usually the first part of November. So kind of the kickoff of the holiday season for things that people in the community can do for folks.
So you also work with the Rare Breed to do something very similar. Can you tell me a little more about that as well?
Yeah, the Rare Breed has been pretty close to my heart for several years. When I first started about 7 years ago at Jimm's, the Rare Breed, a lot of folks in Springfield didn't know who they were, so I kind of took it on as a project of my own to help get their name out there so we'd realize who these youth are. And we invite about 35 to 40 of them in the couple weeks before Christmas. They come in groups of 6, and they can have whatever they want to eat, lobster, steak, you know, desserts. They have a great time in a lot of situations. It's the first time they've ever had that kind of food. And they are just so sincerely gracious and so polite. Wonderful kids. They're usually between the ages of like 14 and 19.
So why did you start this?
Well, the community has blessed myself and my staff and supported us, and the restaurant's doing pretty well. So, you know, we want to give back and do whatever we can. And it's just something that I wish many other businesses would get involved in. So, you know, things as they escalate or whatever, and more people take care of more people, then we have greater results.
So what was that specific mean? Why was that so important to you?
The Rare Breed, when I just heard about the kids that didn't have a place to go at nighttime, they could for many years they've been able to use the shelter, but then when it comes about 11 o'clock, they have to close the doors and send them back out on the street. And it was just something that my heart just said, you know, we need to do what we can help these people, to help these folks.
But can you tell me like one story that over the last 19 years that really impacted you?
The one story that stands out was probably about 15 years ago when a lady out in the middle of the crowd had her hand up and wanted me to come over and talk to her. She was waving me over. And I got over there and she grabbed both my hands and put both of her hands around mine, and she told me that she had driven by this steakhouse for years and years when it was Steak and Ale, and always dreamed about coming into this restaurant to have a dinner, but knew she'd probably never be able to afford it. And she said, she said, you have finally made my dream come true. And she said, and this meal is absolutely incredible. And she said, and you don't know what it does for a soul.
It seems like you have a heart of giving. Where did that come from? Is it something, you know, a family member, or where did that initiate for you?
I do. I think it's just something I grew up with not a lot, you know, and always, you know, would have liked to have had more, but my parents provided for us and everything was great. But anything I can do to help make others feel better about themselves and that can help them out, it's just something that I've always wanted to do.
So what challenge would you give to other business owners or professionals in this area about giving back?
Get involved and give back. The community is supporting you, and don't just sit back and think that somebody else is taking care of it. You know, there are other people taking care of it, but the more people that take care of it, then, you know, the more hearts we're going to warm out there, the better we're going to make life for many individuals in different sets of life.
Okay, so last question is kind of a Thanksgiving question.
Uh-huh.
So what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for the way the community has supported my business here in town. It has been welcomed back since it was Steak and Ale, and we've been very busy. I'm thankful for my staff that stands behind me and works so hard to make us a success. They do that day in and day out. You know, they're here on Thanksgiving Day with me, which is incredible. So yeah, those are the things I'm thankful for, and my lovely wife of 35 years.